Greetings to you, viewers. My name is Pastor Yvonne Chipindu, child of God, Jesus, being the truth, the way, and the life. I need to take you to the scriptures. We need to read from Genesis 1. We want to see how it started and where we failed, so that we will be able to position ourselves in the truth, so that we remain in the truth and enjoy the things that we get in the truth. I need to take you to the scriptures from Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. This is when God created man. That is when God created Adam. So we need to read from Genesis 1 verse 26. God said, "Let us, Son, the Holy Spirit, and the Father, make mankind in our own image." One thing to note there is that God was not alone, because he said, "Let us." That word "us" means he had other people, and we know that it was Jesus and the Holy Spirit. So they made men in their own image yavo evil. When you become an ambassador, you are a brand, you are representing maybe Edgar's, you are representing maybe topics or true words. So you become their image. People are seeing you, they see true words in you, they see Edgar's in you. So now God is saying, let us make men in our own image, meaning that when people are seeing you, when they are seeing Adam, when they are seeing you, they are seeing God. So we were made in God's image. And he goes on to say, after our likeness, and let them, look at that, now after God's likeness, and let them have complete authority, or we can say dominion, over the fish of the sea. This was God's will. He wanted us to have dominion over the sea, the birds, and everything that is all over the earth. This is what God said. He wanted us to rule. He wanted us to reign over, to have dominion over everything. Let us go to verse 27. So God created man in his own image, in the image and the likeness of God, he created him. So now when Adam was created, he was just like God in spirit. He was just like him in spirit, not the outlook. So now we want to go to Genesis 3, because that's when he lost dominion. That's when he lost over everything that God has given him. Remember also that even the animals, they were Adam's friends. His friends were not toys. His friends were lions, were elephants, were snakes. But now on Genesis 3, everything changed. I need to read with you Genesis chapter 3 from verse 14. This is when Adam had ate the forbidden fruit, and he was now an enemy unto God. Why? Because he had disobeyed what God had told him. So verse 14, this is now God talking to the snake. "Because you have done this, you are cursed above all animals and above every living thing of the field. Upon your belly you shall go," meaning that before the fall of Adam, the snake was not going on his belly. Maybe he was walking, we don't know, but he was not going on his belly. So going on his belly was after the fall, after the disobedience. "And I will put enmity between you and the woman." So look at that. We were not enemies before the snake and Adam. But now after the fall, now God is telling that I'm going to put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and your offspring, and you will bruise and tread your head underfoot. What do we do when we see the snake? We tread it underfoot. Why? Because we are afraid that it might bite us. So it came after the fall. "And you will lie in wait and bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will greatly multiply your grief and your suffering in pregnancy." This came after the fall, meaning that if Eve and Adam had not eaten the forbidden fruit It was not going to be that when women are going to bear children. So now God is saying that too. The woman, I will greatly multiply your grief and your suffering in pregnancy and the pains of childbearing. With spasms and distress, you will bring forth children. Yet your desire and craving will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Meaning that before the fall, Adam was not ruling over Eve, but it came after they ate the forbidden fruit. Meaning that the things that they had were subtracting bit by bit. In verse 17, and to Adam he said, because you have listened and given heed to the voice of your wife, and you have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, saying you shall not eat of it, the ground is under a curse. So the ground was cursed after the fall, meaning that all this that we have read, the birth pains, the suffering, we being the enemies to the creatures, they were lies. Because in the beginning, they were not so. In the beginning, we were not enemies. In the beginning, you could go and give birth to your child without all this suffering when we had obeyed God. But now, because we had fallen, it came as a curse. So that makes it a lie. It was not God's will even in the beginning. You shall not eat of it. The ground is under a curse because of you. In sorrow and toil shall you eat of it all the days of your life, in sorrow and toil. So whenever you are toiling, it is not the truth. It is a lie, because this is what God told us after we fall. But we all know that Jesus Christ came. And when Jesus Christ came, he came and restored us back to God. We became gods when you believe in Jesus Christ, to what he has done, meaning that he came to give us back dominion. He came to give us back authority. So meaning that, child of God, whenever you work and toil, it is not the truth, it is a lie, because it came after the devil came and made Adam and Eve to disobey what God had said. So, child of God, look at that. The truth is, God doesn't want us to toil. God doesn't want us to have those birth pains. He wants us to deliver. Why? Because that is the truth. So whenever you are suffering, it is not the truth, because it is not God's will. It only became because of what we had done, because we had disobeyed what he had told us. But whenever we are in the right track, whenever we are following God's command, we are not under a case. Remember, Jesus came and became a case for us. So it means that we are takadzorerwa panjimbo. So kanatadzorerwa panjimbo, everything else that is coming to make us suffer is a lie, because the truth is Jesus Christ, because the truth is what God had already given us before. That is the dominion, that is the authority. So, child of God, whenever you are scared of an animal, of a lion, there is something wrong with you, because when Jesus Christ and restored us back, it means we are now have got authority. Tangofanana na Adam, wekutanga aive aine authority. Who named the lion? Who named the snake? So it is up to you, child of God, to believe in a lie or in the truth, because Jesus is the truth, and everything that is of him is good. Mfundisi mizvacho munozozvinyanya ofutini kuyamautaure kuti ziri shamwari neshumba yekuti ne authority neshumba ndizvo here zviriko wangu. Daniel, do you still remember him? Because he held on to the truth, because he knew the truth, because he believed so much in the truth. They put him in the den of lions, and the lion lost taste. They could not eat him. They could not do any harm on him. Why? Because he was in the truth. He has believed in the truth. He knew that I have dominion, I have authority over you. You cannot do a thing to me. So, child of God, yes, we have got power and dominion over even the lions and the snakes, because we are in the truth in Jesus Christ. And if you have enjoyed this message, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share. Until we meet again tomorrow, as we are still continuing the truth being Jesus Christ. Stay blessed.